Welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. My name is Nilaus and we are continuing with our glorious bus base, and today we're going to look at something that doesn't work, which is awesome because we've been sort of putting stuff on and we've been fixing issues before they arise, but sometimes, and this is also what I wanted to see, this is one of the many advantages of having a bus design. It's really easy to see what's not keeping up. So you can actually see a lot of things are not keeping up. So here we have the Caterium is not keeping up, and that means that stuff like rotor is not keeping up, but it also looks like stuff like no, that was status. Rotors are not keeping up. That's actually interesting. So what we're going to do today is we are going to focus on fixing Caterium, but we're not going to be fixing it by just making another miner, but we're going to be fixing it by using drones. So this one will be all about the drones, and I know that I've been promising it, and I know that some people have been like, no, come on, give us the details of the drones. So let me just highlight on drones in general, and let's look at it. They have been a little bit changed, but they are just functionally the same. In general, drones are great for long distance, low quantity. Long distance, high quantity, that's trains. Short distance, high quantity is belts. Also short distance, low quantity, also belts. But if you have something on a long distance, but not really less than a single belt's worth, then the drones are excellent for this. And they look amazing. So that is the one thing we need to talk about. And then the other thing is the fact that it can take now all sorts of fuel. Do I have some fuel? Yeah, look at that. They can even take the packaged ionized fuel. That's lovely. But I think that means batteries. Let's look at batteries. They have zero purpose in the game anymore. You can make them. They only have one use, and that's into a mediocre super state computer build. But there's definitely no way that I would be making batteries, and especially in this quantity, in order to just make supercomputers. No thank you. So the only other reason for making batteries was to make the drones, or not even the drones, but actually the feeding the drones here. Because if we look at it, this does not require batteries. This does not require batteries. So there is no reason to make batteries at all. This is why I haven't put it on the bus, because they are useless. So what I would recommend putting in is rocket fuel. Maybe late game you could use ionized fuel, but rocket fuel is amazing. So what we need to do today is we are going to set up rocket fuel, and then we're going to be establishing an inbound here so that we can see how we can get stuff inbound to supplement the bus with a Caterium. Because Caterium is longer distance, and because I'm in not many locations, and it is a low quantity because Caterium ingots you can only get, if I look down here, this is my current Caterium, and it is a miner Mark 3, no Mark 2. Yeah, okay, but even if I make it into Mark 3, then it could go up to 1200, but my belts don't go so high. So I can get 200 out of a normal belt. So I could get like 250 would be the maximum. 250? Yeah, 250, 260 would be the maximum I could get out of one of these deposits, and that's not enough. So having another location, which I have up here, which you can just see it at a distance, it will supplement additionally. So that's what we want to do, and then we can take all the other Caterium on the map as well. Right, so let's look at, I'm saying rocket fuel, and that's going to have to be packaged rocket fuel, and packaged rocket fuel means that we need empty fluid tanks, and that means we need ingots. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get to our aluminium location. We have aluminium coming in on the bus, but I don't want to take it from the bus. I want to take it from the source. So let's go there and build a provider drone port. So here we have it. We have built it on top of the two locations here, and I am just going to get it in here. There we go, feeding it in, and also some power. I'm just going to take it from that one. That's not too bad. Could also just take it from here. Oh, that's a bad place. Let's get it exactly like this, and then go here. Right, so that gets done. I'm calling it aluminum ingot, and I am not putting fuel in, and I am not putting a drone in. So here is the thing. Drones are paired in the sense that you choose from a drone port where it is what it is, the destination. But you can both, destination kind of implies that you pick it up from here and go to some other place. That doesn't mean the case. It just means that any drone port can point to one other drone port, but that drone port, they're not a pairing, because that other drone port can point to something else, can point to something else, can point to something else. So what that means is that any drone port can be linked to one other drone port, sort of in a pointer to one other drone port. But that means many drone ports can point to the same. So that means you can have multiple locations for Caterium that will all feed into the same location. But if, for example, in this case, I have aluminum ingot, if I wanted to have multiple drones coming to pick it up, I would have to have each of the requester stations have a drone that could then come in here and pick up. So it's a little bit convoluted, but it kind of makes sense. So you can, if you are linking two stations together, you can have a drone in each one, and then they can fly back and forth. But you can also just say, you know what, I'm going to be putting my drones in one place. And then generally, this is what I always did before, but it's going to be a little bit different now. And I would always say that I would be having the pickup, no, the drop-off location, because that wouldn't be in my central location, would be where I put in the fuel. Because you don't need to put fuel in both places, you want to put fuel one place. And then my recommendation is to say you also put the drone in the location where you want your, you put the drone where you want the fuel. So fuel and drone is one place, is in the same place. Usually, since most of the pickup locations are going to be off in the world, that would be an inconvenient place to also fuel them. So therefore, it's much more beneficial, I would say, to have the drop-off location being the location where we are, where we're fueling. So, and let's see, this one I am using. What is the preferred fuel? That's the preferred fuel. There we go. So we're gonna go to our turbo fuel location. I'm just gonna use this one for flying. It's actually quite efficient. And listen to that sound. I think that actually comes from biome shifts. So when you change into a new biome, it kind of changes something like that. It's my best guess. Oh, we're just gonna do. There we go. Face first into it. Good. So we are back to our fly mode, but this is a hit. So what we have now, I put up a Mark III miner up here, and that means we're getting a little bit more. We're getting on this belt. This belt can handle 720, 780, and the 600 goes in here. So I'm going to be taking a little bit further, and that means we can build one of the rocket fuel modules. So we go back and build a rocket fuel module. That is here. That's this one. The other one I really should be getting rid of. I have not uploaded it, so that is a thing. Let me just see what it is, how I want it. I want it like this. There. So that builds a module. And then the next part is, what is it we want to do out here? So we want to make sure that the first thing we want to do is we want to be able to take the fuel coming out here. And we want to make sure that we can actually use it for something. And in order for us to use it, we have to canisterize it. Canisterize it? Yes, that's a thing. So we need to bring the fuel inbound, or the inbound. This is so difficult to. That definitely looks okay. That looks okay. And that looks okay. Okay, so this is fully aligned here. There. So we need to get stuff inbound. And then we need to get fuel outbound. And yes, I'm going to be a little bit silly on this. So this drone port station, consisting of multiple drone ports, a drone port station will basically be rocket fuel 1. And then I can call the other one. It won't be able to call rocket fuel 2. And then 3 and 4. And this one will be rocket fuel, because that's the name of the station, and then aluminum ingot there, because that means for me the station, this is about the rocket fuel, and the inbound stuff is aluminum ingot there. So this will now be requesting inbound. Now, because this is the location that I already have all of the fuel, then this is the location that makes sense for me to also bring in the rocket, bring in the drones, and also have the drone located here. So I'm going to be putting the drone here, even though I would generally be having different. But I'm going to be taking these because they will have fuel here. I will be putting the drones in here, and the reason why I built 4 of those is because that means I have 4 different potential locations out in the world that can then absorb and get some drones inbound. That's pretty cool. So what we need to do is we need to sort of figure out a way to make it. That means the first thing we want to do is we want to get one of this. I'm gonna try to make it like this-ish, and then I will need to get this will be make a canister. Here we go. And then I am going to make a packager there. So now I can package the rocket fuel with the canisters we just created. We created 60. Can we produce 60? Yeah, we can produce 60, and that comes in here. 120. This one is producing 150. We'll just absorb the 100. No, we're not. We're actually going to be making this into... damn. It's 75. There, 75. Okay, so this one also needs to get one of these in and get 75. Good. There we go. And then I need from here, that's characterizing it, then I need to put it into a box. And then I need the box here to go out and then go into all these locations. The locations I need to put in is, this is the fuel intake. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that's the right distance. That looks about right. I mean, it could be a little bit further away, but this is okay. Does it look better if I take it from up here? Yeah, it does look a little bit better. And then you are going to... Whoops. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And that goes in here. And then it will be... You're going to go in here. So anyway, all of these need to be refueled. And then I also need... let's see. We're also going to need a... There, dimensional depot. Yes, please. Here, and that goes in there. Because we also want to make sure that we have the canisterized rocket fuel available to ourselves. And this one will also go in here. So the first thing we want to do is we can actually just take some of our rocket fuel. Where do we not have? Oh, right, I don't have rocket fuel. I do have it in here. There, packaged rocket fuel. I'm going to be sending in the packaged rocket fuel. Maybe. There. Good. This one is not powered, so I'm just going to let it power up. And I want to build it there, I think. That one. Oh, it's not powered on the other side either. There we go. That should now make this one powered. Good. It does not have a location, so I'm going to be setting the port location to not Mexico City or Vancouver. Weird. It's weird with these things. I think. Up. That's moving forward. Aluminum ingots. So it should be taking off now. Yep, it's just interacting. And then this one should be going out and getting aluminum ingots back again. So in the meantime, while that's going out, then I'm going to be hooking up all the wires and belts and stuff like this, and then see how far I get before it comes back. And we have the drone coming back here. It always takes a little bit of time. Okay, so this is working. Yes, we got something here. And we got the drone coming in, and it is not ready, but we can always just hover with the deconstructor to see that, yes, it is full of stuff. And I don't think I want this here. This is kind of weird. But what if I build it like this? Oh, that would be so awesome, because then I could bring that one back on. Okay, so there's a little bit of shuffling here. Right, you can see here, and it goes off again. All right, let's continue with building everything else, and then when we hook up the parts to get started, then we'll see. And so I think we are ready to hook it up. We are hooking this one up here, and this one up here. And I already have... Oh, right, I forgot to set this one, so that's good. And this one up because I moved it, and this should be 75, like that. And I'm going to help it out a little bit by putting something in here already. And I'm also going to help this one out by just putting it in here. Good. Let me just put that in and put that in. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we are having... This one's being empty. This is going in. I am just filling it up at the exact rate that we can. What happens now? Well, the first thing is, unfortunately, because things are not splitting evenly outbound, it's going to be insisting on filling this one up first. That's not a big deal, I think. Not really. I can just help it out. There. So that will need to feed this first, and once that is being filled up, then it'll start flowing the other way. So let's wait for that to happen. Now we are seeing that they are filling up on the belt, and as soon as the belt is filled up, then we should start seeing something go the other way, and then it will split somehow randomly over here. And then, yeah, you can see it'll take a long time before it'll get there, but slowly we will see that the drone gets a little bit, and this one goes out, and then now, since there are infinite resources, we just wait, basically. And that means I will now be able to, from 4 different locations, be able to request a drone with fuel, and then it will just come in. And that's really nice if we have some kind of remote factory we want to build, then we can do that. For example, also we want to bring it back to our hub so that we can request things to the hub. So that's going to be the first thing we want to do. So back to the hub with us. So we're now back to our base, and what I want to do is I want to make a template of sorts. And let me make it exactly like this. Oh, it's, by the way, when I say template, I should say that I want to make a blueprint for it. Yes, indeed. All right, so I want to make like this part here, but make it with a drone port on top. So I'm going to be setting this one up like that. That should be equivalent. Let me just see. This is the edge, and it's kind of hitting the ladder on the edge. This is kind of hitting the ladder on the edge. Yes. Right? And this one goes a little bit over. Okay, so this is exactly the same place. Good. Right, so what is it I want to do? I mean, this is... I don't know. I don't want to be too fancy on this. Let's get that one. We want to get up to that height. And then I want to make sure that I have a... Does this one have, like, alternates? No. Oh yeah, see, ramps. It does have alternates. That one. I want to get that one. So I want to get it here. And I want to get it... Yep. And I want to get it here. And then I need something for the other locations. Do I have other alternates? Yeah, that one. It's fine. Here. And... yeah. And then I'm pretty sure it doesn't work when I put a drone port on top. Pretty sure it doesn't work. Why? Because I think that I can't place it on top here. I don't think it wants to. It wants to. Oh, it wants to. Nice. And then, nope. And that's perfect, right? So it's completely aligned here. Yeah, excellent, excellent. All right, so that's also done. And then this will come into the top input, and you'll go, oh, come on. Really? Really, really? Huh. Oh, right. Default? Okay, so there's a height difference. Alright. And the straight doesn't work, but the default is going to be a straight belt anyway. Alright, we'll take it. I'll take it. This is perfect. It comes out and goes out there. So that's good. The only question we might have is, how are we going to fuel this? Because either I fuel this location or I fuel the other location. Either way, I'm going to need to get something. So if I, for example, say this is going to be the fuel, then I can also see that it kind of reaches outside of the blueprint. So maybe we want to make this as a bigger blueprint, because I think I want to have like a belt up here that comes in to fuel it, so that in the case of this one, where if I want any of these coming inbound, or anyone here to cut inbound, then I can get a refueling location over there. Or I could even do one of the other ones as a refueler. That's also an option. Maybe do I want to put fuel on the bus? I could. I'm kind of running out of space on the bus. Kind of. Yeah, that's another thing. But anyway, I think this one's good for now, because then I can use this for, yeah, what I need. Right, I'm going to take a... Oh, I really wanted to put it there, but let's get it in here. Ooh, that's actually nice. Yeah, cool. So that is going to be a blueprint for a drone port, and the drone port enter name here. Good. That should not have a name for the blueprint. Cool. I don't know exactly where I want to place it, but I think that we'll try to place it here. Drone port. There. So let's try to build it on this location here. There you go. So what this is basically putting it on a bus, but that's not really what we want right now. What we want to do is we can actually see that this line down here is perfect in my case, and even at ground level it's perfect. So what I want to do is I want to get... Is that actually the line? No, it's not the right place. But close though. There. And I'm going to take you out. There. And then I'm going to bring it in to this location. And then I'm going to be bringing onwards all the way down until we get to the Caterium, which will be the one we are going to use right now. And we're close, right? Yes, this is the Caterium. The Caterium, since it's not working anyway, we might as well just take this out. And oof, these badges. I think I'm just going to superimpose on top of that. But this definitely needs to go out. So we're going to be taking our drone part on bus. And I'm going to be sliding it in. There we go. Smashing it. And then it should work. Of course, we can't build them right next to each other. But if I really want this one coming in, the concrete, I can just move it backwards. And then it should be fine. Right. So this one is the one that already came in from before. So we can keep that going. And then we are going to be getting one belt outbound. Let's take that one. That's one. We're only going to get one outbound. And this one will be bus and Caterium ingot. There. So now I know that it's on the bus and it is Caterium ingots. And then I press the correctly aptly marked save and close button up here. Yep. And this one goes in, and this one goes in. Yeah, okay, it is coming in. Good. Then we do need some fuel coming in here. That is going to be at that location. So I'm going to get fuel in here because this is where we want to get our drone ports in as well. And that will be annoyingly slightly off from the one below, but that's kind of how it has to be. So yeah, this is not working. Then this is a requester, and we know that the provider is already full of fuel, so I'm going to let this be provider. So this one's going to be called bus and then called rocket fuel. Am I going to link this to something? Yes, I am. I am going to link it to rocket fuel 1. That means rocket fuel 1 should be coming in here because there is a distance 12 meter. Oh yeah, that's from me, not this distance. This one is that distance away. Okay, so that means we should have a drone coming in to here. It's probably not working yet because it's not full, but you know, it'll get here when it gets here. When it gets here, it'll then stream down here, and that means this one can either be the drone or the... Oh crap! No, this is correct. This should not be a drone in this location. A drone should be out in the other location. However, I'd like to have this one being the refueler. It's a little complicated, but basically the idea is when you transport things between two drone ports, one of them must have the drone, one of them must be having fuel. You can have drones in both, you can have fuels in both, but when there is an idle drone, you can't unload. Or load for that matter. So you don't really want a position where you have something here that is not going out because there's that's not waiting for it to go out, and therefore it's not coming. The other one can't come in and unload. So you don't want it to get stuck. We also have to have power here, which we're going to get out to that location and then go to that location, and then it's powered. Good. The other thing that might actually be it why it's not working. It might not be powered, so we are going to be seeing if that could be the case. We can go from here, and that is on this line. This will be our power line, but I'm going to drag it out there. So it's a 0 stack, no drone, I know, but maybe the other one has a drone, yes. What about all the ones? Rocket Fuel 1. I could also, from Rocket Fuel 1, select where it wants to go. Bus Caterium ingot, bus rocket fuel. Okay, so this one is all other ports, not all ports. Status, this doesn't tell us what the status is. So I can go over here and say, it's probably easier to do this to that one. And then this port will not have anything selected. So that one, it should be okay. Do we know if it's working? Well, we can look at the map and then disable a lot of the other crap here on the map. And it's not working because it's probably not full. Anyway, we'll wait until this one comes in. Maybe take a look at why it's not coming in. There's the drone. It's returning. It's returning. So just as I flew to the rocket fuel location, it flew across me, and now I'm flying back, and now it's flying back again. So I never get to see it load or unload. But we're coming back, and that means it has, hopefully, unloaded a little bit here. It's really nice that you can set up the destination from other locations to here. I think it makes more sense to have it being the drone port with the drone that is pointing to something else. That just feels better. All right, let's start by seeing if this is working. We got in here. It's not stuck in here at least. Does it have a transfer rate now? Yes, 2.63 stacks per minute, which is way more than we need. So that's fine. Let's see if it actually managed to get in here. It did. Woo! So that one, this one can now function as a refueler for the Caterium we want. So now we've set up the aluminum going to the canisters. We've set up the rocket fuel to be available. We set up the rocket fuel to be imported onto the bus, and we now have the also on that location. That means the only thing remaining is to take one of the external locations, which is, well, I mean, this is not very far away, but it's just going to be the one we're going to be using just to sort of get it set up. But it also means that I can actually set more Caterium up out there in the world. It just needs a little bit of fuel to get it going the first time around. But I've already sort of, as a good TV chef, has already been setting up here something so that we are ready to go. This one is a full stack of lovelies here. And we're going to be taking a drone port, and it might as well just hint it or link it directly in. That should be like this. Oh man, I don't really like this. I actually would like it to be the middle here. I think that's just gonna look so much nicer that it fits with the middle of this into the middle of this. And then obviously I could then take this one in here and then go from here and into like that. Good. Let's do this. That's gonna be this one. Inbound, kill this, kill this, kill this, and inbound, and all of that into there, and take that out, and that one. And then I'm gonna take this in. Good. This one needs to be powered. Just gonna power it from here, and then get it up to that location. So this is powered. Now there's neither a drone in either location. Caterium ingot, and I probably should call it 1. Because you never know how many Caterium ingot locations we are going to be making, so might as well call it 1. Now here is the tricky part in this situation that I have decided to build, is that I don't have any rocket fuel with me. So it's never going to take off, even if I set a location, because it doesn't have fuel here, it doesn't have fuel the other location. So, oh dear, what can we do? Well, it's easy because we also remembered to put the packaged rocket fuel into another location. And that means I can actually just go in here and feed this a little starter thing. Oh, that's not it. No, no, no. Don't take my ionized fuel. Take the rocket fuel. The ionized fuel is for me and me alone. So now the only thing we should be doing, let's see. Okay, so it is flowing in. And the reason why it's not in the drone port is because it is in the drone. So you can see here. If we go here, 800, 810, it goes up to 900, I think. 9 stacks? I think that has 9 stacks. So we're just going to wait for this one to be... Oh, okay, never mind. It's already done. Then I'm going to say this port will go to... Kidding me? Did I forget to put in a name? Did I forget to give it a name? Bus rocket fuel. Bus Caterium ingots. That one. Why can I not select you? Bus... oh, right, because it doesn't, yeah, it's just showing some of them, not showing all of them. So there we go. That should be it. My little drone here with 900 Caterium ingots should be coming out. and should be flying back to the bus area and then be using this to supplement the bus. The idea is also now I can go out to any location, anywhere where we have Caterium. I can set up a miner like this, a box, and a drone port, put in a drone, take some rocket fuel from my dimensional storage, and then it'll point it towards the Caterium. Oh no. Oh. Never mind. You didn't see that. And then point it towards this location. And then I can just easily supplement it. I can do it in principle for everything, single thing. I don't want to use it for iron and copper because they're going to be high quantity. Actually not, but they are going to be higher quantity. And you could do it for another example, could be getting it for copper powder, because that's much more compressed than copper. So instead of having 600 copper ore on the belt, copper ingots on the belt, then we can have them become powder instead. And we're just seeing it come in. That's really nice. And then we'll see if it actually works. We got another batch of rocket fuel coming in here. So that will just eventually fill up this belt. And if we want to get some of the other ones in here, then we can as well. We can basically, without changing, we can take this one, could be the next one, which is going to be absolutely brilliant because that will literally be the next one. We're going to get this one in. And let's see, is it coming out once it's loaded? Unloaded into the drone port. We should see that it comes in. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And that should make the belt much more happy for a little while. So we have a very happy belt. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. We can see how much it can transport 3 stacks per minute. So 3 stacks is only 300. So this is only 300 per minute. We can get in from one of those, and then I get 200 from the one below. So I get 500 now per minute on the bus. And if I just found one more location, then it would be fine. And actually, if you think about it, this location up here, I have designed it. It's one. Let's see. It is one mine. So one mine can be 600. So that's going to be 200 ingots that it can produce over time. And if I can transport 3 stacks in, then it's more than capable of emptying this mine. And this one will now be. Oh, right. I have to do this. Okay, this one is a normal one. So the normal one can scale up to 600. And then I can get 200 ingots out. And that's less than what this can transport. So basically the drone port can handle everything from here. It'll probably be sufficient once it sort of scales up now. Then we'll just see it empty a little bit here. No, actually, okay. So it'll empty soon. Let's see if we can keep it up. You can see the drone is already coming back. Did we? I thought we could see the drone coming back. Anyway, the few drone added blueprints that we have, and this one is available, of course, to patron supporters. And also I have added another one that is going to be for drone. This one is the branch start, also with a drone port on top. This is if we want any of the products on the bus to be exported anywhere else, then this drone port will take care of that. So that's also available in the patron supporter blueprints. Where is it? Where's the damn drone? I love the fact that drones are shown on the map. That's really nice. Okay, so it's just hanging out back here. It's the loading and unloading time that takes the most time, to be perfectly honest. So we're going to wait for this one to come in as we wrap up. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. And this episode, it's a little bit different, this episode, from the previous one. The previous one were very much focused on design. This one's more focused on design principles. I hope it makes sense. It is a little bit weird this way with the drones, how it works, and especially how I set it up, because I'm not 100% consistent anymore. But basically, the delivery, the one with the drone should be the one that points to something else. And here we have it beautifully coming in and supplementing the bus. You can see the bus is drying up a little bit, but I'm sure that over time this will be sufficient. And if it's not, I just set up another Caterium. Thank you very much for watching. On to next time. Take care, and as always, stay effective.